What an incredible season that you and I are in as a ministry. And I've been declaring for months, I've got a new thing coming. And I've never been more convinced that God is opening windows and pouring out His will and favor upon His people. Each and every day, we move just a little closer to the most special time of the year, the celebration of Easter and Passover, and the declaration that brings hope and life and freedom to every generation. He is not here, He is risen. And it's also the season when we are allowed to sow our most precious and productive seed, the resurrection seed. And the activity of God becomes the pattern for man. And when you and I follow the Father's example, we reap the Father's reward. Jesus was the Father's best seed. And when it came to the purchase of our salvation, only a best seed would do. And the Father didn't sow His best seed into just any soil. He sowed him into the most fertile soil of the year, Passover. And you know the story. In just 3 days, that seed erupted into the greatest harvest the world has ever known. And you and I are a part of the harvest the Father continues to reap on that one seed. Passover is one of 3 declared feasts each year where God commanded every Jewish male to make their way to Jerusalem to worship and to celebrate. Passover was the celebration of God's great deliverance of Israel from Egyptian bondage. And this very important feast has become a window for you and I each year to follow His example and then to reap His reward. You need 3 things to produce a harvest. You first need a seed, then you need soil and season. And while the seed is our responsibility, the soil and the season are directed by the Lord. And you and I have been waiting on a window to sow a seed that possesses the gates of our enemies, and God has given us such a window this Passover. And over the next few weeks, I want to lead you into a revelation I believe will change your life. And the miracles that this season produces never cease to amaze me. My expectation for this year is nothing short of the possession of the promise of God. And I want to prepare you to sow that seed in great faith and expectation, believing that there is a seed of possession. And I believe that as God strengthens you and I to sow, that the window we've been believing for will be open to you and your family.